everyone, I'm Julia Lacey. I'm a realtor in Medicine Hat, Alberta, and I'm here with Chris from Bert's Vacuums. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Julia. Bert's Vacuums has been a mainstay in Medicine Hat since 1958. I've owned the business since 2014, and we do, vacuums obviously, but we also do full janitorial supplies there as well.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Perfect. So today we're going to dive in on maintaining your central vac system in your house. So let's take it away.
Okay, well, one of the main reasons you buy a central vacuum is for the extended longevity of the product and also for the little maintenance that you have to do with it. So Julia has nicely left us a full bin, which is great. So if your bin is not translucent where you can't see through it, you should be checking this on a monthly basis just to see how full it is. And some machines are equipped with a dust bag inside. The dust bag works just like a regular vacuum where the dirt goes into a dust bag, you take the dust bag out, throw it away, and put a new one in. In any case, what often happens is people get the filter mixed up with what we call a dust bag. This is because it drops down, so it looks like a bag, but it's actually, in fact, a filter. If I was to touch this right now, we would get dirt everywhere, and it's kind of a number one complaint, and the number one call that we get is, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Well, truth be told, you're technically not supposed to do anything with it. In fact, we don't recommend even vacuuming it, because you can scratch the coating off of the filter and compromise it, and now you got dust going through it. So if it's really bothering you, or if you look up in there and there's stuff stuck up in there, the easiest way to kind of remedy that is take an empty plastic garbage bag, wrap it around the machine, and get that as tight as you can so that you're not getting dust everywhere. Okay, so what you're going to do now is just reach up through the bag, grab the filter bag. You'll feel what feels like a sandbag in there. That is perfectly normal. There's nothing inside there. Just give it a good shake. Again, if you've got stuff stuck up inside, you can reach up further and kind of grab at it. Let that settle for a few seconds. Then pull it off. Now, there's always going to be some amount of dust on there, and that is perfectly normal, and nothing else really needs to be done with these machines. Almost every brand that has a drop filter like this, most of these are warranted for the lifetime of the machine.
And now we're just going to dump the contents of the central vac unit to make sure it's clean and ready to go again. Do you recommend washing that out or just leaving it?
You can. There's no real necessity of washing it out. But if you look at yours, like you can see where some stuff is stuck down to the bottom.
Right.
If this came to the shop, we would clean that out, but there's no real need for that.
Right.
The first time you go to vacuum, it's going to be dirty. So
yeah,
whether you choose to clean that out is going to be a personal preference.
Unless it was really built up.
Right.
Okay.
But it's not going to affect the performance of the machine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then we just make sure it's nice and secure, and you're good to go.
You can find that dirt and stuff accumulates up in here. So you can see when I pop that open, you got dirt there. Mm-hmm. But again, that's not affecting any performance. But again, if you're going to go and use the garage hose and you haven't used it for a while, what I like to do is turn the machine on,
right, and
then open this cover, and it'll suck everything in there, and it'll keep the dirt from falling out. So we'll just demonstrate this here.
Okay.
Again, there's not a lot to maintain here, but the number one thing that does get overlooked that should be done fairly frequently is if you look at the bottom, if you flip your power nozzle over, and you'll look and see the hair and string that gets accumulated along the brush roll there. What happens is that hair works its way into the edges, and it can burn out bearings or bushings or whatever, however your power nozzle is set up. So it's really important to take this out from time to time and clean this hair off. Now, Julia's particular model makes this very simple. It's a toolless entry to get this out. So on her model, we can, without tools, get that brush bottom cover off. Now, if you do have some extra bits of hair there, you can just take your vacuum and vacuum that out. Got a blockage there, did you know?
I know, hey? Good thing you came to help fix.
There we go. You vacuum something up that's somewhat large, and it will get jammed in there. There we go.
Oh.
So what can happen sometimes is you get an obstruction inside the power head. Now, in this particular case, it's fairly large, but what happens is everything collects around it, and that's what causes a blockage. So it's always a good idea when you are cleaning off the brush roll, the hair and everything else, just take a peek into what we call the throat or the neck of the power nozzle and make sure there's nothing jamming that up. And then if it is, you can kind of remedy that. On Julia's here, this whole brush roll will pop out, and then it makes it very easy to clean and take this hair off. If yours doesn't have that nice feature where you pull that off, do your best from the top here or from this opening to dig that hair out.
Thanks so much for giving us a rundown of maintaining your central vac system in your home. A question that I actually had is a lot of people think about having a central vac system put into their home when they're custom building. Is there an option of having one put into your home after it's already established?
Yeah, so that can vary a lot based on floor plans, what walls and what ceilings are open. Mm-hmm. The easiest thing for that is just book a free estimate. We can come on site. We can give you a pretty good idea if it's going to be something that's relatively easy or something that's going to involve a lot of work and a lot of money. The key there is if you are building a new home, whether you decide to use a central vacuum or not, is to plumb it in.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot easier to do it at that point than it is, 5 or 6 years down the road when you want to have central vacuum, or if you decide to go that way, the expenses for that are exponentially more money at that point. So.
Okay. And then another question I actually had for you is why would you recommend a central vac system over a cordless vacuum or, the popular brands that are out there that you can buy? Like what do you think is the benefit of that?
Yeah. As a vacuum person, the cordless vacuum segment is kind of a pet peeve of ours. They're great for the odd pickups or if you've got all hard surface, but they don't deep clean carpets. Mm-hmm. They just simply won't. So at the end of the day, they should be used for your in-between vacuums, but what you should be using on a weekly or bi-weekly basis for deep cleaning carpets or even your whole home is a high-performing vacuum. And nothing outperforms a central vacuum, regardless of what you see in the marketplace today, just nothing does. And if you are in a situation where you can't get a central vacuum installed, there's a couple brands you should be looking at, Miele or Sebo. Miele you can buy in big box stores. Sebo you can only buy in boutique shops like myself.
Okay.
But both those vacuums are good performing vacuums. They'll last you 15 to 20 years. The Sebo, in fact, comes with a 10-year warranty. So just really good value for your money at that point. But ultimately, if you can get a central vacuum, that's the way to go.
Yes. Yeah. I grew up with one. I feel like I wouldn't be able to live without it. So, but yes, it's like you said, especially for carpet.
Yeah.
And most people have, especially in Canada, we do have a fair amount of carpet in our homes. So,
yeah. Especially basements, that sort of thing. Yeah, absolutely. So
perfect. Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks.
We'll put links down below in the description so you can contact them, website, maybe their social medias. And if you have any questions about central vacs and you're looking to get one, then pop into the store and they'd be happy to help.
Great.